Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for getting latest updated video. Hello friends. So in today's session we are going to discuss some more interesting things related with DBMS. So guys, my name is Bhavesh Parmar, and in previous session we have discussed the definition of database, means how database is helpful to store different types of information, various kinds of data, that is text, images, audio, video, graphical data, multimedia data. So we can store these kinds of different data together in a systematic manner. And thereafter guys, we have also discussed how the data and information is vary. So means data is a raw facts, that is a raw material, and on that data we are need to process. And what do you mean by information? Information is nothing but processed data, that is called final product. Data is nothing but my raw data, raw material, and information is my final outcome, or you can say that final product. So guys, first of all, DBMS stands for database management system. So it is one of the software that helps you to store, create, update, and manage different types of data in tabular form. That is, we can store the data in table form. And we know that a normal table consists of row as well as column. But in case of database, we say that row is nothing but a record and column is nothing but a field. So generally we can store all types of information in tabular form. So guys, thereafter we have seen so many applications where DBMS is helpful or it is widely used. So first, one of the application is railway reservation system. How it play important role in reservation system, train ticket booking, information about train, and so many things. Thereafter we also seen how it is helpful in library management system to keep track of all book records. Thereafter we also know that now in banking sector it play very important role to keep the information of all the clients, that is their account details, credit card, debit card, loans, all the things are managed and well systematically maintained in database. Thereafter it was also widely used in colleges, schools, and different universities to maintain the detail of students, their result, their different courses, certificate details, all kinds of informations are preserved by using database. Thereafter, nowadays we also used database in social media site on a large scale, that is Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, so Instagram. So these application uses to store, preserve a different kind of database. So widely we can use text data, thereafter audio data, some video data is also there, some GIF data is also there. Means in short we can say that DBMS help to store all kind of data in a database. And what is the role of database? So database keeps or preserves all the data systematically manner, and it allows us, the authorized user, to access that data time to time. Okay guys, thereafter we focused advantages of database. So first advantage is what? Reducing data redundancy, means it avoid duplicate entry. Duplicate entry means what? There are no any kind of similar record present in database. Thereafter, the main advantage of database is what? Sharing of data. So we can share the data with our friends, or we can say that authorized user, and it also keep the data security and privacy during transferring the data. Thereafter guys, we have focused backup and recovery is one of the best advantage of DBMS. And sometime if we lose the data, so by using this application we can recover our data. So now guys, we are going to focus different data types used in DBMS. So what do you mean by data types? So data types are classification of the different values which is stored within a table. So generally what happen, a normal table consists of information which is stored in row wise form, but a row is nothing but what guys, collection of columns, that is called fields. So that field may be of different type. So guys, DBMS provides us 4 different types of data, and that data types are helpful to create different tables. So by using this data type we can store a data in a proper tabular form. So let me see that which data types are provided by DBMS. So guys, on your screen you have seen that there are 4 different data types that I already discussed with you. And that first is called text. So in that first class, text, so there are 2 different sub data types, that is character and variable characters. So character means what? That holds a fixed length data. And suppose if we want to add some special characters, that is at the rate, hash, underscore, so we can used by variable character. So variable length string that helps you to store a different types of data. So let me revise a char, how this character data type used. So it helps to hold the fixed length string. String means what guys? That consists of letters, numbers, special characters. Okay. And variable characters means what? It is used to type your information in broad way. Means the maximum size of text we can use in variable character size. Thereafter, next is numeric. So numeric data we can also put up in our table. So numeric consists of either decimal data or it can be a integer data. Decimal data means what guys? So it consists of the number having decimal points, means fraction number. And integer means what guys? It is used to store integer value, that is positive as well as negative value, without decimal point. So generally guys, suppose if we want to store phone number, so in that case we used integer. Suppose if I want to store roll number, then we can use integer data type. Phone number, then we can use integer data type. Account number, in that case we used integer data type. But suppose if I want to store interest rate or amount, so in that case I need to put up a dot, that is called decimal value. So fractional value. So these are represented by decimal data. Thereafter, next class of data type is what? Date. So that date data type helps to include the terms which is related with date. That is, say for example, date of birth, or we can say that account opening date, joining date is there, retirement date is there, or fixed deposit maturity date is there. So in that case we are using date class in a table. So date consists of what? Day, month and year. So this date is normally divided into these 3 sub class. And at the end, the most important concept is time. So suppose guys, if you want to add the time factor in our database, so time data type is used. So that time is represent in HH, MM and SS form. That is what? Hours, minutes and second. So guys, our next concept is data model. So guys, just I've revised the data types. So what is the role of data types? So these data types are helps us to create different type of table that helps to store different kind of information, so that will create a good database. Now what do you mean by data model? So as the name suggests, data model means what? it represents the logical structure of database. Logical structure of database means what? Suppose guys, if we want to design a software for a college administration system, so means how that college works, means whether that college has senior college part is there, junior college part is there, junior wing is there, and so you have to design the software in different models. So say let we see, suppose junior wing. So what happen in case of junior wing? So in junior wing there are arts, commerce, science facilities are faculties are there. So these students we are going to maintain in different database. So we are creating 11th standard, 12th standard tables for art stream as well as commerce as well as science. Similarly, we can also make a database of teachers information. So which teachers are available, or which teachers should teach arts faculty, which teachers are available for commerce faculty, which teachers are available for science faculty. So these kind of information we are going to store, and these are called what? Models. And these models we are clubbing together, so that's why it is helpful easily design a particular software. So in short, what we can say that the logical structure of database is known as model. Data models defines how the data is connected to each other and how they are processed and stored inside a particular system. So guys, we have see the best model is called relational model, means how one table is related with another table. So I will show you with an example. So guys, in data model, the most popular model is called relational model. So what do you mean by relational model? A relational data model is the primary data model which is widely used to show the relation between two or more table within a database, and it also helps you to show how the data get stored and how it get processed. So generally relational model helps to design a complicated and large complex software. So suppose if we have a software that software is divided into 5 different parts, or you can say that 5 different steps. So these steps we can connect interlinked with each other, or we can connect with these each other with the help of relational model. So for that purpose I will give you one example. So suppose if I want to create a software for a college, particular college. So first of all, which thing we require the information. First of all, we check that whether that college gives you the facility, or we can say that provision of senior college, it provides the facility of junior college. Then which courses they are run, which streams they are provide, means whether they provides arts, commerce, science. Senior college, in senior college whether they provide the courses up to for graduation level or post graduation level, which kind of teacher they have appointed, means whether they are teached in junior college, what about their qualification, their experience. So these are the different models we are going to store in different table form. So say for example, suppose if we take the relation between teacher and a faculty. So say for example, if I have table and that table consists of information about all the teachers who work in that particular college. So suppose if I have information of 40 teachers, and suppose we take the first teacher, and we see that the detailed description means that teacher is available and which is teach for science faculty only. So this is the relation between faculty and teacher. So in that we can create a relation between these different models, and it is very easy to upgrade or to remove a particular part from that model. So without disturbing whole software, we can add a new model, or we can remove a part from that model. So that's why relational model is helpful. So a particular transaction is a unit of work that is performed against a database. Means what? We have already information about, let me take the example of teacher. So suppose we have information about table teacher, we have information of 40 teachers in a table, and suppose if we are going to add two different teachers in that list, so for that purpose I have to use which operation? Insert a record. So we are going to add the information of these two teachers in our previous database. Means now I have total teacher database is equal to 42. But suppose next day, suppose a few teachers get retired. So what happened? We are removing their name from the given list. So it is called what? Altering a database or modifying a database. Now guys, whenever we are discussed the term database, so we should follow some properties. And when we are transaction we are going to perform with database, so we should follow the following four characteristics. So which are these characteristics? So there are four characteristics, and these characteristics are called ACID characteristics, or we can say that ACID characteristics. So what do you mean by A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, and I stands for isolation, where D stands for durability. So what do you mean by transaction? Means whenever we are going to perform any operation on existing database. Database means what, guys? So it is nothing but collection of different tables, and these tables are interlinked with each other. So sometime we accessing the data from it, sometime we deleting the data from it. Whether it is properly performed or not, it is represented by this ACID property. So let me start with first property, that is called atomicity. So it gives you the assurity that whether the operation is performed completely or not. Otherwise, suppose if that operation get fail, then your data get roll back to your original position. Means what, guys? So suppose if we have information of 5 student within a table, and suppose if I'm going to add the 6th student information within that table, then what happen? So that information should be stored, but suppose if I'm stored only 5 columns information of that particular student, but originally that table consists of 8 columns, and unfortunately suppose your computer get hang, or your system get restarted due to power failure. Means in that case what happen? We are unable to store completely that information of that student within that table. So what happen? Database, what it try to do, it rollbacks that data. Rollbacks means what? Whatever we have stored partially data within that table, it get erased, and whenever next time you are going to open that table, it will show you only 5 student information. Means whatever we are trying to store the 6 student record, so it will not properly stored in that database. Means why? Because it is not fully stored data, we are just going to store partially data, so that's why it roll back the data. Is that clear? Or we can say that rewinds the data. So this characteristic is called what? Atomicity. Now guys, we are going to focus our next characteristics is called consistency. So guys, this characteristic ensures that database properly change state upon a successfully committed transaction. Means what? Whether we are going to add, we can say that insert, update, or delete the information, whether it is properly stored or properly worked or not, it is committed by consistency property. So what is our first property, guys? Atomicity. So atomicity ensures that whether that data is properly stored or not. If it is not properly stored, if some show you some mistakes, error, then it get rolled back. Okay, consistency gives the it gives the commitment regarding about your successful transaction. Is that clear? Then Next characteristics is called what? Isolation. Isolation consists of what? It enables the transaction operate independently of and transparent to each other. Means what happen, guys? Suppose if I have a database, that database consists of information of about 1,000 students, suppose. So that 1,000 student database stored within a database table. So that table should allow to access to each and every authorized user. Suppose if we have 5 users, so user can access that data by entering proper login ID and password. So if we allow them to access that data, so all student should access that 1,000 student information. And suppose if we are trying to modify that data, it should be easily reflected. Modification maybe consist of adding a data, modifying a data, or we can say that deleting a data. So whatever we are trying to perform any kind of transaction, it should be transparent. So this characteristics is come or covered under isolation property. Now we are going to focus our last characteristic, that is called durability. So durability ensures that the result or effect of a committed transaction persist in case of system failure. System failure means what, guys? So suppose let me take some example. So if you are purchasing some goods through some online websites, and in that case what happen, if we are trying to give the payment online, but unfortunately suppose the receiver's number is suppose incorrect, and you just try to transfer the amount, then what happen, guys? At that moment your amount is deducted from your main balance, but after some time what happen, you will receive one message, data, or you can say that transaction failure. But what happened at that time, there is a confusion of happens. Why? Because we say that we are transferring the money, so you receives the message, your account is debited with some particular amount, but at the next moment you receives the message, your transaction gets failure. Means in that case what happened, you have done an incomplete transaction. Means at that time what happened, the amount is get deducted from your main balance, but it gets rolled back to in your again your main balance. Means what? Whatever the amount deducted from your account, it will be again resent to in your account. It is called what? Rollback state. Got it, guys? So in this way we have discussed all our 4 transaction characteristics. That is, which are these characteristics? So called atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. So I hope you guys, you are getting all these concepts clearly. So suppose if you have any doubt, difficulty regarding your these concepts, so please write down your comment in our WhatsApp group. Is that, guys? So in next session we are going to discuss a new advanced concept, that is called RDBMS, that we call Relational Database Management System. So what are the limitations of DBMS and how it overcome by RDBMS, that we will see in our next lecture. So guys, till then, thank you.